Hi, friends. Welcome to another episode of Lotus in the Light. My name's Jennifer. You have not heard from me in about a week. Well, that might not be true because I did post some videos that I had already recorded, but I have not recorded in a week. And the reason is I was honoring the transition that I was emotionally, spiritually, and physically going through. This is a part of my growth, and that's why I'm sharing it with you right now. Is that this has been a part of my growth journey this year. I come from a very left-brained type A personality. I'm all about getting stuff done. I'm all about being productive, historically. So I shouldn't say that in the present tense. I was. That's who I was. I was very ego driven, meaning I wasn't as connected to my heart, my feelings, my intuition. And it wasn't that I was totally disconnected. I just wasn't allowing that to be in the driver's seat. I was allowing this to be in the driver's seat. And my ego says, be productive. No time, no time for dilly-dallying, right? Like things need to be done. Um, on a personal level, like things need to be done around my home, things need to be done at work, things need to be done in the world, right? The world needs healing, the world needs saving, right? All these things. So that's how I operated. This year, I've learned to open up to what's what I need at a soul level, what I need at a spiritual level. And that includes allowing time for receiving and not giving and not doing and just being. And that's what happened. So last Saturday, so a week ago yesterday, this is about 8 days out from my 50th birthday, was really, and even a few days prior to that, like there was the week before that, like some real transformational things were happening in my belief system, in my emotional uh life. Like I could feel things were just changing for me. I was healing some things, so on and so forth. Well, your body has to catch up to those energetic changes because as you shift energetically, as you become operate at a different energetic frequency, your body physically has to adjust and accommodate. And so last week I was just tired. I slept a lot. I also didn't feel divinely inspired to record. Like there were definitely moments where I wanted to record, where I was like, oh, it's been days. And that ego driven thing was like, oh, I'm trying to get this YouTube thing up and going. And if you don't record and post every day, then you're less likely to find the momentum that you're looking for. And, I would have those kinds of thoughts, but from day one, I have acknowledged that this channel will be whatever it's supposed to be. It will reach whoever it's supposed to reach, whether that's 3 people or 3 million people. It is not up to me, it's up to spirit. I'm not going to do anything that I don't feel spirit leading me to do with regards to this channel. Meaning I'm not going to pay to push videos out. I'm not going to, yeah, I'm just going to leave. I'm going to truly trust spirit. This video, this channel may not even be ultimately where I'm supposed to be. It might just be a step in the process, a step in the journey, and that's okay too. Or this might be the end all be all for me. I don't know. But it doesn't matter. It's not for me to decide. I trust that spirit knows what's best for me, and I'm going to go with that flow. And that's what last week was. It was going with the flow. It was like, okay, I don't feel inspired to record because I'm not supposed to be recording. And in fact, I did record one video, and actually two, because I recorded one kind of at the beginning before I was really too before I really said, okay, I shouldn't be recording right now. Like, this is not what this time is for. I had recorded one. So I'm like, I haven't even gone back to watch it yet because I feel like I was right there teetering on, should I be recording or not? So I need to go back and watch that. That could appear. And then I did actually record one that was not even intended for you. It was what I was doing in that time to receive. And I thought, I'm just going to record it. I'm going to record it, and it may be something that may be valuable to others to see, like how I went through that process that week and some of the things that I did to help myself receive and rest and so on and so forth. So that could emerge as well. I haven't watched that one back either because I was in a time of rest and receiving, not in a time of working. So I didn't even go back and watch it. So who knows? Anyway, I do feel like I am emerging out of that now. I do feel like it's time for me to record. And it's funny, I spent a long time this morning. Today's a Sunday, so I loved it. I spent a really long time in meditation this morning. Meditation, yoga, just really getting out of my head space and into my heart space. It was really great. And that's when I felt inspired to record. And then I came in the house, I watered my plants, did some things, and came in the house and was like, okay, um, there were some things as I was like doing some things around the house that were like spiraling or rolling through my head, some thoughts, some stuff I was processing, all good. But I thought, I wonder if this is what I'm supposed to be recording about. And I was convinced that it was. And now I'm not. I'm not convinced that that's what I'm supposed to. Now I'm convinced that that was my ego saying, "Hey, we're already thinking about and processing these things, and so this is what you need to record about because you've already got some like light bulb moments about it, and that's all about me and my ego, and like so I really feel compelled to like try to let that go and truly let spirit drive this recording in the direction that spirit wants it to go. And so, I mean, flow with me. So I might even start with a card just to get some direction, but let's start just by opening up because spirit may channel something for me in that time. So join me in making that three-way connection between you, me, and spirit, and just opening ourselves up to that connection, right? Because spirit's here, spirit's there in your heart, spirit's here in my heart, spirit's also out there, right? We're just trying to make all the connections, okay? So let's tune in together, starting with that deep breath. Releasing any tension, letting any stress melt away, any negative emotions melt away. With that breath, let's kind of open that crown chakra, let the antennas come up. Let's be tuned in to spirit and the universe. Let's visualize that heart um, opening and blooming like a flower from within. It's opening, ready to receive, yes. And divine white light pours from within. Let's open our third eye as well. Let's visualize that third eye opening to see and receive what spirit has to share with us today. We thank you, Spirit, for the message that you want to bring forth. All right. So today, what's coming to mind now is kind of what I was experiencing earlier, which not the things that I was thinking about ego driven. Yes, my ego wants to go there, but I'm telling my ego, you have to quiet down. We're doing something different. If spirit wants to take the conversation there, it will go there. But separately from that, what I'm sensing is like a remembrance of from this morning of my meditation time outside, where spirit was helping me recognize that there's all these really subtle things going on around that you normally don't notice. And when you can quiet your mind and focus your attention on something that's slower, like your breathing, or like the sounds of nature or whatever that is. I was focused on my breathing this morning, my breath. And as I could slow down, um, and focus in on something that was at a little bit more of a slower pace, the pace and the flow of the universe, the pace and the flow of nature, of God, which is more subtle, um, then I was able to see and hear um, the subtle messages of spirit through nature. Hearing that still small voice, seeing like not just seeing the macro things, but seeing the micro things, seeing like a little tiny speck of, I don't know what, divine light, or some little tiny speck of nature that I can't even identify with a word as to what it was, just floating in the air. And as I was meditating and focused on one thing, I could see it in my peripheral. And just being able to be so at peace that I can see those things. And okay, now the spirit's kind of bringing us to, I see where we're going. Okay, I love it. Like spirit just lights up like one step and then in the next step, and I don't know where we're going. So what spirit is kind of speaking to me now and showing me now is that that's the highest and best path for us when we can, there's nothing wrong with planning. And our ego, our mind, uh, our brain, our intellect is really good at helping us make plans and helping us find that best way to get from point A to point B. But we have to hold loosely to that because sometimes as we make those plans, that's not really the path or the journey we're supposed to go on, or not really the path or journey that we will go on. It's just spirit's way of letting us kind of wrestle with and work through some ideas about it and learn and grow in that planning process. And then what's really supposed to, and also sometimes give us those next steps. So, for example, what just happened was spirit kind of gave me the remembering and the idea of seeing those things in the peripheral while I was doing some eye open meditation. Sometimes I close my eyes, sometimes they're open. And what and how I was able to stay breath focused, heart focused, but still acknowledge and see these things that were happening, but acknowledge them and then let them pass, right? Like that's what the planning process kind of can be for our mind is like, let's get some ideas, let's wrestle with some things, let's acknowledge some things, let's see some things, let's get some ideas, but then don't let the ego dictate the journey. Don't let the ego dictate the path. The path should be directed by your intuition, by spirit, by your heart, by your feelings and sensations of joy, of like when you feel something that feels good, that's the path. That's the next step. Let's just take a card real quick. Okay, I'm feeling like, sorry, I'm in a very slow process today. I'm getting back into it, but Ocean Dreams feels like the right oracle, or feels like the one I'm being drawn to, I should say. It is the one I'm being drawn to. So let's just see what message the Ocean Oracle is going to give for us. I hope I'm talking loud enough. I probably need to get a microphone because I feel like sometimes I usually have a very big mouth, a very loud voice, and like projecting my voice is not an issue, but card fell out. But I am realizing that sometimes I get in this really calm state and then it's almost like I'm whispering. So apologies if you are struggling to hear me. So the card that we drew is Inner Strength. And I love this because I've never had this card, so I will probably read a little snippet of it just to see what guidance Spirit may be offering through the Oracle deck itself. But what I'm energetically picking up from this card is I don't know if you can see this woman. She's like bent down in front of this gigantic wave that's coming at her. And this is what I'm referring to. This wave is not only large and can just overtake her, but big waves like that tend to be loud as well when they crash up onto the shore, right? So it's loud, it's big, it's full of forceful energy. And does she have the strength? Does she have the inner strength to take that on? And what's providing her that strength isn't by getting frantic, being fearful, running, bringing in all these things externally that she thinks that she can use to combat this big wave. It's not. It's hunkering down, um, hunkering down and rooting herself in the earth, right? And trusting and knowing that she's got what it takes to withstand this storm. I don't know who this message is for, but something big is coming in for you. Something big. But you have the strength if you choose to root yourself in it. You have the truth. You have the ancestral wisdom. You have the connection to spirit to guide you. You have the love of God, the love of spirit, the protection of spirit. You can actually see like this, the waves and stuff that are right around her are white. And that's like, to me, like symbolically, that's like the purity of God, of God's love, of God's protection, of God's healing, all of it, everything she needs to withstand this wave coming at her, this big wave that's going to crash into her. Everything she needs is she already has right there within her. Um, and I'm seeing these like, I guess they're supposed to be, I don't know how they're supposed to be flowers because she's on the beach. It's beautiful. It's like this reddish pink um, color. And again, the red part of it is like more about root chakra, that foundational, that feeling safe and strong and secure. Her body is like the um trunk of a tree, grounded and rooted. She's ready. She is ready to take this on. And the pink, so our heart space chakra is a green color, right? That's green is actually representative of our heart chakra, but oftentimes pink is also interpreted as a heart chakra energy. So anyway, I'm just going to read a little bit of this. Inner strength. Okay. And I do want to tie this to what I was saying before as well. That inner strength, her ability to withstand this is going to come from her ability to quiet this noise, to move her energy, move her focus from here and move her focus into what's going on here. Shifting her focus will strengthen her and weaken this wave. The more focus and attention this wave gets, the bigger it gets. The less attention, law of attraction, the less attention you give it, the smaller it becomes, the less impact it has, the less damage it can do. Okay, so let's just read here. Inner strength, resilience, surrender, expansion. I am deepening into each present moment. I am learning just how strong I can be and what I am fully capable of. I rise to new occasions and lessons along my path. I coast with the ups and downs. I know change is a constant force. Bracing yourself against the unknown can feel absolutely overwhelming. But when you reach the other side of it, and that moment of surrender and release arrives, you will realize that the challenges were what gave you strength in the end. So you, so you stand firm and strong, firmer and stronger against the next wave that comes. And you do it over and over again until you become one with the waves and the water and the open sea. Surrendering to our inner strength can first mean having to loosen our grip on the tethers to our past, to throw away the idea of perfection and embrace the unknown. If we are often anticipating the future or thinking about what has already happened, we may lose sight of the power that we hold in the present moment. Oh boy, that's been a big lesson for me this last week is staying in the present, because our fears root us in the past, right? All the things that we've been taught to be afraid of, all the experiences we've had that have created some kind of negative emotion in us, that's rooted in the past. The future is what we're looking towards and what gives us hope and what excites us about what's, coming for us. So the future is very, very important. Um, but also being grounded in the present is almost more important. I don't know if I want to say more important in the future, but like it is, because we have less. I want to tap in for this. Not that I wasn't tapped in before, but I need to focus for a second. The gift is the present. The future is your tomorrow's, the tomorrow's you. That's that's their gift. They will enjoy the future. You enjoy the present. Okay. Tomorrow's Jennifer gets to enjoy whatever may I manifest in the future. I get to enjoy what I manifest now. And we need to enjoy it. We need to appreciate it. We need to have gratitude for the present. And it is that gratitude for the present that will make the future even greater, even better. But if we sit in the present and are sad about it, afraid of it, frozen by it, paralyzed by it, that it creates a future that's going to be on a lower energetic vibration, a lower vibrational level than what we really, really desire. So figuring out how to stay in a higher vibration, how to get to even a higher vibrational level and stay in it. Okay, I feel like I'm digressing, but it's about the present. And she can't she can't find her inner strength if she's focused on the past or focused on the future. She has to be focused on the now to find her inner strength, right? Focus on the now. Time passes through us in present moments. We can be tossed around by its waves or become aware of its passing tides. Strength stems from trust, and trust stems from faith. Faith is an unwavering sense of knowing that you are more than capable. You are enough. You are resilient and nothing can stop you. Each time we move through a challenge, we will eventually meet a new wave. But how we choose to greet it is ultimately up to us. How we should proceed, or how should we proceed? Do we carry certain energies or perhaps lighten our load? From here, we can stay rooted in our experiences, reliving them energetically and subconsciously, or we can drift towards a new timeline with strength and knowing just how far we've come. Like an explorer, it may take time to see beyond the horizon. The card rallies you to hold your course. Think of all that you may find waiting just around the bend. Just past this wave is something beautiful, peaceful, calm. If you can hold through it, if you can center and anchor yourself, find your truth, find your safety, and trust, trust spirit to get you through, to carry you through, to protect you. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you. I hope this was beneficial for you. Peace out.